Hello everybody, and welcome to this Sunday's edition of the American Indian Community House Facebook live stream and Census Weekly Updates. My name is Sheldon Raymore. I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and I am also from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe. And we've had quite a great week, lots of great events and programming that we've had here at the American Indian Community House. And I'm going to share some of the upcoming events that we have this week. So this comes in from Tanis Paranto. She, one of the things she'd like to share is from ProPublica.org, former Trump aide provided faulty masks to Indian House Service. The feds gave a former White House official $3 million to supply masks to Navajo hospitals. Some may not work. Zach Fuentes, former deputy chief of staff to President Trump, won the contract just days after registering his company. He sold Chinese masks to the government just as federal regulators were scrutinizing foreign-made equipment. Full article here, and I'll be sharing all those links on this video. Baby bison joined herd at Wanasquean Heritage Park. From CBC Indigenous Facebook, 4 babies have joined the herd of bison at Wanasquean Heritage Park. Today, the park has welcomed our camera to have a look at the additions. The first bison born on ancestral land in more than 150 years. CBC Indigenous posted the video on Tuesday, May 19th. You can watch the 45-minute footage of the bison in the park on their Facebook page here. And again, I'll be sharing that link with you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Tanis, Melissa, Mitchell, Chaz. Welcome. And so I'll also be sharing a fun census fact with you, which is from costcut.com, why Native people need to count in the 2020 census. The U.S. Census has long severely undercounted Native people, and prior to the 1970 census included especially low numbers for these communities. Without those numbers on hand, it is difficult, if not impossible, for Ramona Bennett, Puyallup Tribal Council, to make the case for grant money. So leading up to the 1970 census, she rallied Native people in Pierce County, where the Puyallup tribe is located, to participate and make their number known. It wasn't until after the 1970 census, when Native participation shot up, that Bennett said she could successfully apply for grants. Those grants paid for the tribe's health clinic and school. Chief Leshy, both still in use today. And Tanis will be hosting our Fit Native TV live workout class, and that's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be Tuesday and Thursday. Time will be determined, and she can send you the credentials. You can also send us a message here on Facebook, and we can send those out to you to join in on that. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Monty. Welcome to our American Indian Community House Sunday edition of Facebook live stream and census updates. I'm your host, Sheldon Raymore, for those of you just tuning in. And I am sharing with you also one of the events we have. We had a great week this past week. Zubin Ornelas, thank you for doing the sacred spaces and sharing your stories. Check in with Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe and Oglala Sioux Tribe. That was really a great social justice series on Tuesday. So again, stay tuned for this sacred spaces coming up again this Wednesday. And it will be, so for those of you who don't know what Sacred Spaces is, I'm just going to read you the summary. And it's, this series features our elders as they tell us stories about their history in New York City. There will be opportunities to interact and ask questions. For anyone who would like to learn the history and wisdom of our elders in New York City, the Northeast, and beyond. And so that's usually elder-led, and it's Wednesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. And it's through Zoom and Facebook Live here. Welcome, Colibri. Hi. Okay, also this Thursday, Native Theater Thursdays, the summary of this week's play is called The Fry Bread Queen by Carolyn Dunn, Muskogee Creek, Cherokee, and Seminole, directed by our own Ty DeVoe. The synopsis is The Fry Bread Queen centers around 3 generations of Native women who have come together for the funeral of a beloved son. The collision of personalities forces forces them to confront long, simmering tensions that threaten to tear them apart. A fry bread recipe can be deeply tied to one's personal experience and identity. Fry bread is a metaphor for the clash of cultures in the play, said Dunn, who is from the Muskogee Creek, Seminole, and Cherokee nations. So look forward to that this Thursday right here on the American Indian Community House Facebook page. Hi, Fran. Welcome. Also, we have this coming in from Tatiana Benali. She's one of our census staff workers, and she leads the social justice series on Tuesdays. And lending support of the Mashpee Wampanoag in its fight to preserve its land in trust status, Rep. Deb Howland, along with other members of Congress, filed a bipartisan amicus brief with the Federal District Court for the District of Columbia on Wednesday, May 20th. The Mashpee tribe, based in Massachusetts, got support from all of the state's congressional delegations, signed the brief, including the U.S. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Edward J. Markey. In all, the amicus brief was co-signed by 25 members of Congress. The brief was filed to coincide with the Mashpee Wampanoag hearing in court on Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. AICH has been closely following justice for our relatives on Mashpee Nation with the Social Justice Series, We Stand with Mashpee Nation. One other in news, the Lenape language is considered critically endangered with approximately 100 speakers left in Canada, but there are efforts to revitalize it in Munsee, Delaware Nation. Ian McCollin and Karen Moscow are two that are leading the way, in language revitalization for the community. McCallum and Moscow collaborate on cultural weekends that infuse Lenape language into lessons. This past spring, they held a weekend around the planting moon. We were planting seeds so we could have our hands in the dirt, and we say something like we're creating mounds of dirt in the language, said Moscow. It just seemed more powerful doing the actions while you're saying what the phrase is. Moscow said revitalizing a language with so few resources and fluent speakers is difficult but necessary. It's part of who we are. That's really beautiful. I'll be sharing these links with you. And so this Tuesday, thank you for that, Tatiana. Kurt, welcome. This Tuesday, we'll be sitting down with Historian Chief Mark Peters from Munsee, Delaware Nation to check in with their community, learn more about the work the community is doing and what we can do as relatives on occupied Lenape land to be in support of the work and the people that originally inhabited the land, the island. We will be working on building intertribal relationships with the Munsee, Delaware Nation with a panel and discussion with the AICH community allies. This event is important as we will be intertribal nation building with the original inhabitants of the land. And that will be with Chief Mark Peters, panel discussion, Tuesday, May 26th from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. And it'll be here on our American Indian Community House Facebook live stream, as well as a Zoom meeting. So we really look forward to that. Thank you, Tatiana. And this news comes in from Brian Opalanyatet, who helps us with our Native Theater Thursdays. He's been doing a great job. American Indian Community House will be one of the recipients in a virtual music festival that will raise funds for communities in urgent need called Justice Beats. The Saturday, May 30th festival will focus on 5 impacted communities: undocumented folks, Palestinians, incarcerated people, indigenous communities, and homeless people. Not only will the funds raised benefit folks with those vulnerable communities, but the festival will also be used to amplify the work of DJs, musicians, and other artists from that community. Native artists Ty Defoe, Scott Richardson, and Dakota Camacho will be among the performers featured on stage. For more information, check out justicebeats.com. Justice Beats is co-produced by a partnership between Adela Justice Project and the Center for Constitutional Rights, Donkey Saddle Projects, and the Eagle Project. So thank you for that, Ryan. Hi, welcome, Kaylee. I'm in a car, reception is terrible. Did you see what social justice series is this week? Sorry, yes, that is coming from Tatiana Benali, and it's going to be with Chief Mark Peters. It's going to be a panel discussion, and that's going to be from Tuesday from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. So tune in for that. So how's everybody's week been this week? I hope you all have been, social distancing, staying home, washing your hands, wearing your face masks, and still maintaining your good relationships with one another. And so for those of you who are new to this Facebook live stream, we do these every Sunday where I'm the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and we just connect with you, which is our community, and throughout the Northeast here and throughout the whole United States, Turtle Island. And we share with you the different programming that we have at the community house, different updates, things like that, and also as the importance of taking the U.S. Census, and why it's important to take the U.S. Census, and get out the count and make sure that we are counted as Indigenous people. It's really important for us to have the statistical data, but also funding that then filters into our inner tribal communities, whether they be off reservations or in major cities. So welcome, Red Dawn George. You had a rough week. I'm sorry to hear that. It's kind of tough, being in social isolation all the time, and trying to just keep stay positive all the time. And that's why here at the American Indian Community House, we have all this programming that we have going on for you to stay connected to. And, like the Fit Native TV, where you can work out from the very comforts of your home, as long as you've been cleared by your doctors. The Social Justice Series, where we reach out to different tribal nations. We've met with the representatives from Navajo Nation, the COVID-19 and everything that's been going on down there. Mashpee, we've just met last week with the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe. We had Robin LeBeau and Candy Brinksplenty from the Oglala Sioux tribe. So we've had a lot of great guests, and we engage with you to keep you informed. And there's always a time during that where we open it up, and we do a Q&A where you can meet the panelists and also ask them questions, but also where can you send resources for folks that are needing aid during that time. So it's really important to, if you have those 2-hour windows out of your schedule, to check in with us and check out that series. This is good stuff. Welcome, Jennifer. This is good stuff. Onondaga Nation would do this too. So if you have a pitch that you would like to do for a social justice series, you can go ahead and shoot us an email here on Facebook, and we can reach out to you. The other thing is Tatiana Benali, she's one of our census workers, and she leads that as well as our executive director. So shoot us a message and the pitch and idea, email us, and we'll get back to you to see about maybe something in the future, because those social justice series have been really well. We've had a lot of great feedback from them, so we'd like to keep them going. I live in a border Hi, welcome, Red Dawn. I live in a border town, and I have been tirelessly sewing hospital gowns, cloth masks, as donations for local areas. And there was a protest to reopen, but at this protest, a guy had a swastika flag that hit me hard. Yeah, the racism out there is terrible with that. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And thank you for tirelessly sewing those hospital gowns and cloth masks, helping out with people. It's very important and very much needed during this time. So Yes, so we're posting here in the feed, American Indian Community House. Let us know if you want to join any of our weekly programming, Fit Native, Sacred Spaces, Social Justice Series. Oh, and also we had the Wellbriety meeting on Friday, which you can also, if you're interested in that, that's Medicine Wheel Teachings. The topic we covered was grief, which is very important, and we're also taking submissions for plays for Native Theater Thursdays. And the Native Theater Thursdays are 8:30 to 9:30. So definitely, again, you can either send us a message here in Facebook, or actually give us your email so we can get somebody back in touch with you for those submissions. There's a form that you can fill out. So we look forward to all of your wonderful submissions. And yes. Again, it's 3:17. My name is Sheldon Raymore. I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and I come to you every Sunday. It's just a half an hour out of your time. It's from 3 to 3:30, and I share with you the different updates that we have in the community, different things about census, our different programming that we have going on at the community house. Red Dawn is, let's see, connect all lines of supposed to become a window. Thank you for that, Kaylee. It's been, again, a rough week out there for some folks. We use this time to connect with you, communicate with you, see how you're doing, check in with everybody. And, it's really important for us to have these connections still through social distancing. And at the community house, we do a lot of meetings through online platforms, through our social media. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can go ahead and do that. That would be really helpful. You can see all of the great videos that we have on there. Also, we have Zoom meetings where we connect with different community members, and those are some of them are invites, some of them are very open to the public, so stay tuned for some of those. And again, the Wellbrighties that we have every week, and then we have new programming also that we're in the works with, and we also bring to you all the different census important updates from the census for you out there. And if you haven't taken the census, we just ran a poll. There's been a couple polls that we've actually done here on our American Indian Community House Facebook page. So if you haven't got a chance to take those, just take a couple seconds, a minute of your time, and join in on that poll, because that really helps us give feedback to the census, our census team. So it's really important, and you do count. Everybody counts. Everybody needs to take the census. So please get out there if you haven't. If you don't have, everybody has about 5 minutes. That's about all it takes, is 5 minutes of your time. So, well, at this time, I would just like to thank everybody for tuning in, and I will be check out our new post here on, so any links in this Facebook live stream, you can just click on. They're putting a couple of the different links in there, and you can go right to those and be redirected, so you can fill out some of these different forms, or if you need the different resources. Again, my name is Sheldon Raymore. I come from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe. I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and I really look forward to seeing you all next week. So everybody stay safe, and take care of yourselves out there. Socially distance, wear your face masks, wash your hands, and I really look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye.